Good morning, family. Welcome to today's Lessons for Life. Today is Wednesday, August 19, 2009, and today we're reading in 2 Kings chapter 11. And as always, I encourage you to read it for yourself and see what you get from it. Email us and we'll put it on the blog. But we see here a story of Joash, who was a baby when they brought him into the temple, really to hide him from Athaliah, who was reigning over Israel and was killing all the seeds, so that she could be in command. So they brought him in there, and it was really like a place of refuge for him. But one thing I saw, and I want to just share really quickly for Lessons for Life, is that he was just a child. He was I believe 1 year of age when he went in there, and he stayed there for 7, and he began to reign after he was 7 years of age. So he needed to be matured. He needed to grow, because as a baby state, he wasn't able to face the challenges that was going to be up against him. He wasn't even going to probably survive if they let him out of the temple from Athaliah, and he certainly wasn't going to be able to reign over Israel. So a baby is not ready to face the elements, and sometimes need to be matured. Well, not sometimes, they need to be matured and really grow up in the right, proper environment so that they can develop. But what I'm saying when I say a baby, there's a lot of different ways that we can apply this to our own selves personally. A baby is just someone that is really new to or it's a new experience for someone. So, let's say I'll use myself as an example. If there's something that I learned that's fairly new, something new to me, then I can't just go ahead and start to implement it and start going up and sharing it with other people, because you know what happens? They might ask me questions I wasn't prepared for, and might knock me down and make me doubt the things I was taught. Even though what I may be bringing is actually right, I need to mature myself. I need to study it for myself. I need to really know it, so that I can actually present it properly. So there has to be a level of maturity before you're ready to face the elements of taking it outside. So, like I said, this was what I was thinking about. Just that he wasn't, he had to stay there for the 7 years until he was ready to become king and to take over. But just us in our baby state with whatever it is, a person who's new to the reading the scriptures and new to the word, they have to go through a level of maturity before they actually can go and implement this. Well, not implement it, but before they can go and start sharing it with those in the world or whatever. Because if they're not fully ready and mature, then they can get knocked down, and they can doubt even some things that they have learned themselves, which, like I said, could be 100% accurate, but they need to still go through that level of maturation and that learning period. So for Joash, the temple was his place of refuge, and he was able to grow and to develop until he finally became king at the age of 7. So that's what I was thinking about as I read this, and how we need to also go through a maturity process when we're introduced to something, when we're babies with something, when we are considered quote-unquote babies with something. So with that, create yourself a wonderfully blessed day today, and we'll talk again tomorrow.